Hi, I'm Deeanne Gist, here with John Valeri and the Examiner to tell you a little bit about my career and how it evolved from romances to historical fiction. Now, I've always been a romantic at heart, I guess, and because of that, I think my books will always have a romantic element in them. But when I started my career, I wrote historical romances of the tame variety, I will say. But back in the day, people didn't bathe the way we did, and they didn't brush their teeth, and they had lice, and they didn't even have all of their teeth, and that's just not very romantic. And so because I was so historically inaccurate about that part of the book, because obviously my protagonists always bathed and had clean hair and all of their teeth. So to make up for it, I made sure that everything else was as historically accurate as I could possibly make it. The homes they lived in, the furniture, the clothes they wore, the food they eat. I went so far as to downloading Sanborn maps from back of the day, printing them out, pasting them on my wall, and then making trajectories so that I knew which streets my characters walked down and what businesses were on those streets, and I portrayed them as accurately as I could. And as each book progressed, and as my research became more and more involved, I became so much more fascinated with the history, and it evolved into one of the characters in my books. And so now I have kind of segued into historical fiction with a romantic element. And I think the things that makes my historicals unique are not only the fact that they will all have a romantic element and happily ever after, because that's just the way I am, but they also are written so that you will feel as if you have traveled in time. I want you to feel, when you close that last page, that you went to the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, that you were at the 1849 gold rush, that you were here in 1644, just 20 years after Pocahontas. No matter what historical time period I have written about, I want you to feel like you were there right along with my characters. And I hope that answers your question, John. Thanks so much for having me.